ways to support the city's goals and efforts. But tonight I come to you asking for your support, your prayers, and most of all your vote as I'm running for the Rapides Parish Clerk of Court position. This was a hard decision for my wife and I to make. It took a lot of prayers. We have two very small children. We have a mortgage, a dog, a lot came into our decision. But Ben Franklin once said, man dies at 25 and you got to bury him at 75. So in saying that, it was time to take my shot when I saw that Robin Hooter was retiring. This was our moment to do that. I'm an attorney, I'm a manager, I'm a problem solver, and most importantly, I'm a community servant. I am running because when I get into office, I plan to make that clerk of court's office more efficient and more reliable, using modern technology to make things or items that our attorneys and citizens need faster, more retrievable for them. But I'm also running to take the clerk of court's office out of the court walls. And in saying that, not move the office, but be out in the public, be a public servant. We need to be at service organizations, a part of the parish. I currently serve as the chairman of the Community Foundation, Central Louisiana Community Foundation. I'm incoming president of the Alexandria Rotary Club, and I sit on the executive board of the Chamber of Commerce. All these roles has taught me about change that's needed in this parish, and change is needed. And I'm going to say change a lot because I want to be a change candidate. I want to be the new generation. But when I say change, I don't mean staffing at the office. I don't want any staff to change. I want to change a shift in the way we operate up there. Modern, it's 2025, it's time. So that being said, in conclusion, I'm from Rapides Parish, my wife's from Rapides Parish. We met in New Orleans, we moved to New York, we had tons of opportunities to do other things, but our hearts were drawn to Rapides Parish. This is where we belong, this is where we needed to be, and this is where we want to make a difference, here in Rapides Parish. I want to be an ambassador for Rapides Parish. So at this time, again, your prayers and support. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. David. Appreciate you being here this evening, sir. Thank you. Moving right along, item number 6, accept the minutes of the December the 10th regular council meeting as published. I need a motion.
So moved.
Got a motion? Got a second? Discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any nays? That motion carries. Item number 7, financial report. Mr. Humphries.
Mayor, council members, the sales tax collections for December 24. First, the pool cash was $2,219,774 was our beginning balance. We had deposits of $3,104,118. Our ending, we had withdrawals of $2,503,882 with an ending balance of $2,820,011. Sales tax collections continues to be strong here in the city of Pineville. Our total tax collections for December of 24 was $1,414,349. In comparison to December of 23, which was $1,285,247. That was a 10% increase or $129,000 increase. So businesses are really showing a lot of growth as far as sales tax collections here in Pineville. Businesses continue to move into the area and they are continuing to grow. Occupational licenses were down this month in comparison, but that's at the end of the year. Renewals will be going out, so they'll be up. But overall, year to date, we're up 6.5% in sales tax collections.
Good deal.
Okay. Any questions from Mr. Humphries?
Double digits. That's a good thing. Yeah.
Do we know
Good way to
if
start
there's
the year.
any impact that we're seeing from some of the internet sales taxes, or is that mostly at the state level?
No, the internet sales, you have internet remote sellers, we're getting those sales tax collections, that those are up also.
Oh, good deal. All right. Well, I'll move to accept the report from Mr. Humphries.
Okay.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to accept the financial report by Mr. David Humphreys. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any nays? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Humphreys. Moving right along, item number 8, recognize Pineville police officers Megan Thompson and Braxton Cripps for their recent graduation from the Alexander Regional Police Academy. Chief Roy Ford, would you come forward, please, sir?
Megan Thompson to council and congratulate them on their successful completion of the police academy, which was 17 weeks long. And tonight, they're going to be getting their new badges. So we're going to have the family members come up and pin their new badges on them, so. Y'all can go ahead and. I want to comment on one thing. This is a tradition where, a tradition of commitment and service and the achievement of a significant milestone in their life, so it's a pretty big deal. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chief, and I'd like to once again welcome Megan and also Officer Cripps to the Pineville Police Department. Looking forward to working with each and every one of you and also representing the citizens of Pineville. Thank you for the job that you're going to be doing for our citizens. Thank you again. Okay, moving right along, old business, item number 9. Hear from the Zoning Commission regarding the petition of zoning for 206 Dillon Street, 212 Dillon Street, 216, 220, 224, and 330 Dillon Street, owned in Inner City Revitalization Corporation from C3 Commercial to R2 Residential for the purpose of new construction of homes. Mr. David.
Mayor and Council, the Zoning Commission met preceding this meeting to consider this matter. As we explained in the meeting, this is really a more an administrative matter. We discovered in November when we addressed a piece of property on that same street that during the meeting, we noticed that the zoning was incorrect, and Mr. Workman decided as administrative, let's go ahead and clear the record up and make them all the correct zoning. The property on that street is all R2 residential. It needs to be. It's currently C3 commercial. The Zoning Commission considered this request and unanimously approved and recommended to the council to make this change.
Okay, thank you. Any public comment on this? If not, I need a roll call vote, please.
I'll offer a motion to accept that recommendation.
Yeah, second.
Got a motion, I got a second. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman O'Neill.
Yes.
Councilman Dorn.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frederick.
Yes.
Councilman Boucher.
Yes.
Councilman Martin.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. That motion passes. Moving right along, item number 10, consider adopting an ordinance to amend and modify the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 6, Article 1, Section 6-11, subparagraph B, relative to sterilization of animals. I need a motion.
So moved.
A second.
I'll second it.
Discussion. Roll call. Okay, sir. Come to the podium, please. State your name and address.
Michael Henderson, 200 Hudson Street.
Okay.
Just thank you for allowing me to speak tonight. I'm here as a citizen, a tax-paying advocate for animals and wildlife, and a proud supporter of Pineville's bird sanctuary status. But let me be clear, this isn't about cats and birds. This is about Pineville taking responsibility for its challenges, setting an example for other communities, and ensuring that humane solutions are prioritized over outdated, ineffective methods. Unmanaged animal populations are not just an inconvenience, they're a reflection of our community's values. A city that ignores humane solutions sends a message of apathy. A city that resorts to unnecessary euthanasia sends a message that life is disposable when inconvenient. Is this the legacy Pineville wants to leave behind? So let's talk about solutions. Trap, neuter, return, TNR, is not just a feel-good option. It's a proven, science-based method of managing feral cat populations. Neutered cats are healthier, less aggressive, no longer reproduce, which stabilizes colonies and reduces nuisance behaviors like fighting and spraying. Over time, TNR can reduce feral cat populations by 66%. But let's go beyond the statistics. Neutered cat colonies are healthier for neighborhoods around them. They reduce public health risks by curbing the spread of diseases like rabies and toxoplasmosis. They protect wildlife, especially the birds, by decreasing the hunting behaviors associated with unneutered cats. And they also create safer and cleaner spaces for all of us to live. Ordinance 10, requiring sterilization, is a critical step. But let's ensure Pineville residents have access to the resources they need to comply. The low-cost voucher program that already is available to that's already available is a shining example of the proactive animal control that this looks like. Addressing the vaccines, requiring the tags is essential to being traced back to the owners. Our Dr. Craig will do them for $20. All he has to do is know that it's a Pineville resident. So finally, I just want us to understand that this message is not about having quick fixes. We want to lead with compassion, empathy, foresight. And so tonight, I just urge you to adopt these ordinances with thought and care. Do what's right for the animals, do what's right for the community, and do what's right for Pineville's future.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you.
I think we're all in that choir with you.
Yeah. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any nays? Roll call vote on item 10, please.
Yay.
Councilman Dorn.
Yes.
Councilman O'Neill.
Yes.
Sorry. Councilwoman Frederick.
Yes.
Councilman Boucher.
Yes.
Councilman Martin.
Yes.
Thank you. Moving right along. Item number 11, consider adopting an ordinance to amend and modify the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 6, Article 1, Section 6-14, relative to the current rabies tags. I need a motion.
So moved.
I'll second
Need a
that.
second. Discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any nays? Roll call vote, please.
Councilman O'Neill.
Yes.
Councilman Dorn.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frederick.
Yes.
Councilman Boucher.
Yes.
Councilman Martin.
Yes.
Thank you. Item number 12, consider adopting an ordinance and amend modify Code of Ordinance, Chapter 6, Article 2, Section 6-37, relative to impounding of dogs. I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? And roll call vote.
Councilman O'Neill.
Yes.
Councilman Dorn.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frederick.
Yes.
Councilman Boucher.
Yes.
Councilman Martin.
Yes.
Thank you. Item number 13, consider adopting an ordinance to amend and modify the Code of Ordinance to repeal and replace Chapter 6, Article 3, Section 6-53, relative to felines of cats in public places. I need a motion.
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
A second.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any nays? Roll call vote, please.
Councilman O'Neill.
Yes.
Councilman Dorn.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frederick.
Yes.
Councilman Boucher.
Yes.
Councilman Martin.
Yes.
Thank you. Item number 14, introduce and accept for publication, refer to zoning, a petition for rezoning of the 102 Ray Street owned by Craig N. Jenkins from C1 Commercial to C2 Commercial for the purpose of relocating a auto repair shop. Need a motion?
I so move.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. Item number 15, introduce and accept for publication an ordinance to amend and modify the Code of Ordinance, Chapter 2, Article 1, Section 2-1, relative to regular meetings of the mayor and council, date, time, and place. And what this is, we're looking at moving the council meeting times from 6 p.m. to 5 p.m. This will allow our citizens, once they get off work at 4 or 4:30 in the evenings, to be able to stop by the Pineville City Council meeting and attend council meetings and zoning meetings. I need a motion to move the time to 5 p.m.
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Got a motion? I need a second.
Second.
Discussion?
I think that we're trying to get more people to come to the meetings, even if they don't have a problem. And I think that the mayor's we're going to try this, and we hope that it will improve attendance. And we want more people to come and just participate and listen and learn. So we'll see if this works. I hope it does.
And if we have zoning, it'll be at 4:30.
And that'll be item next item, okay? Any more discussion? Okay, state your name and address, sir.
Brett Dupuy, 121 Beverly Loop. I have a problem with that because I like coming to city council meetings, and I don't get off of work till 5 o'clock. So if I don't get off of work till 5 o'clock, sometimes I may be even in Shreveport or somewhere else, which in those cases, I probably wouldn't make it.
Yeah.
But if I'm in Boyce, I don't get here till 5:30.
Okay.
So it's kind of a problem for some of us that like to come to the meeting to be here at 5 o'clock. So that's my input on it.
Okay, appreciate you. Okay, any more? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. Item number 16, introduce and accept for public.
It's just for introduction. It'll be next month, this is just to introduce it, so next month is when the final vote, and we'll welcome your comments then as well. I'm sorry, Mayor.
Okay. Item number 16, introduce and accept for publication ordinance to amend and modify Code of Ordinance, Chapter 2, Article 2, Section 2-51, subparagraph B, relative to meetings of the zoning commission, and this will be changing the zoning commission meeting from 5 o'clock to 4:30. I need a motion,
I'll offer that motion.
a second.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. Item number 17, approve a resolution authorizing the mayor to submit a fiscal year 2024-2025 Community Water Enrichment Fund application for water well repairs and renovation, and this is a grant Pan American's applied for with the state of Louisiana to work on water wells and rehab them.
So moved.
I need a motion.
Second.
Second. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. Item number 18, approve a resolution authorizing the mayor to submit a fiscal year 2024-2025 local government assistance program application for commercial zero-turn mowers for public right-of-ways. So this is to maintain our city right-of-ways and also DOTD right-of-ways, which we maintain Highway 165 and 167 and other DOTD right-of-ways. So I got a motion. I need a second.
Second.
Discussion.
Mayor, who made the motion?
Mr. Dorn.
Mr. Dorn. I think this is good. If we can get some grant funds for this
Most
type of
definitely.
equipment,
Yes.
that'll help us on our budget.
That's right.
And that speaks to, we cut the right-of-ways when you come from the Purple Heart Bridge all the way down, and those are state right-of-ways, and if we didn't do those, they would, what our contracts say, Chief of Staff? Is it 40 times a year or 3 times a year? We cut the right-of-ways coming from Purple Heart Bridge, the state right-of-ways, we cut those. If we didn't cut them, then we'd get 2 cuts a year.
yeah.
And so you can imagine how that would look. So, this is just a tool, an aid, to help absorb the costs in which we occur. And we cut that at least once a month or twice a month, whenever we
Correct,
need.
exactly right,
So we
yeah.
keep it, our gateway looking good.
Yeah.
So I think this is a positive.
Yep.
Very
Okay.
much. Excellent.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? That motion carries. Item number 19, approve a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a corporate endeavor agreement with the State of Louisiana Office of Facility Planning and Control for the Cedar Lake Pump Station reconstruction project. And what this is changing the names on the applications from the former mayor to the current mayor, okay? I need a motion.
I'll second that.
Got a motion, I got a second. Discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any nays? That motion carries. Yes, sir.
David, what percentage are we on completion of that?
It's probably 95.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's coming along well.
Yeah, we're pumping right now with the equipment, but we still have to get the generator hooked up and the site work done and the entrance road.
Okay.
Good job.
I mean, it's
That's a lot.
been a long time coming.
That's a big, big project.
If you go out there, you'll see what it is. It's a pump station in the middle of a swamp. It's 20-something foot in the air with a big concrete structure with a building up in the air. And
Oh, I need to go
what
see
the story is in that area, there are times of the year when it is flooded
It goes underwater, yeah.
underwater and
It comes all the way up to the,
15 to 20 foot deep in water.
Yeah.
So the pump station's built up in the air for that reason.
yeah. And once they excavated the dirt from the other one, it was pretty tall too. It would still flood. Since I was a kid, it looked like a lake down there. You couldn't tell it was a road ever was there. A good deal. Been a long time coming.
Thank you.
Good question.
Yeah. Moving right along, item number 20, approve a resolution declaring surplus items for Public Works Department for the purpose of selling, donating, auctioning, and disposal as necessary. I need a motion. Got a motion? Got a second? Discussion. This equipment will be auctioned off.
Who seconded that?
Mr. O'Neill.
Mr. O'Neill seconded that.
This equipment will be auctioned off in the month of March at Beulah Lake. So all in favor say aye. Aye. Any nays? That motion carries. Item number 21, a presentation of City of Pineville fiscal year 2023-2024 fiscal audit by Mr. Stephen McKay of Rozier, McKay, and Willis. Mr. McKay.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
I do want to warn you, Chris, I'm liable to go over 3 minutes, but it's okay. Mr. White told me I could have his.
A month early, you can take all the
But
time you
he
want.
said I could have his all the next 3 or 4 months if I need to, okay? It's rollover, all right? Thank you so much for the introduction, Mayor. My name is Stephen McKay, and I'm one of the partners at Rozier McKay Willis CPAs. I led the team that performed the audit for the City of Pineville for the year ended June 30, 2024. Now, some of y'all have heard me give this talk before, and normally I try to present this audit in kind of a fun way. And we usually try to pick a movie or something that sets the scene for what's going on with the city this year. But we all know this year has been very different, and I think everyone deserves a presentation that weighs the seriousness of what we found. Tonight, I'm also going to cover exactly what an audit is and what an audit is not. We're retained by the city to work for the citizens. We don't work for the mayor. We don't work for the council. We work for you. We examine transactions and go through boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes and more boxes of information to determine whether the financial statements are within a degree of error that we call materiality. While we do this process, we also determine compliance over certain parts of the city's financial reporting. To give you a little bit of context, the city's list of transactions that occur in a particular year is called a general ledger. That document itself that just lists what happens 2,500 pages long. So that means that no matter what, you can't look at all of the transactions. So an audit's not an inspection of every single transaction that the city has, and we can't hope to look at everything, but we see where the city's risk is, we ask and investigate and spend our time accordingly. And as another segue, I want to tell you I've been taught my whole life to say what you mean what you say, and to be very clear, and that to be unclear is to be unkind. This year has been difficult to audit because the former mayor and chief of staff had a consensual relationship with an employee, which everyone here knows those facts. It doesn't do us any good to talk around that or pretend that didn't happen. So from an audit perspective, our team spent a lot of time investigating transactions that had to do with that employee, with the former mayor and chief of staff, and with credit card transactions that are subject to a different set of controls. I also want to give a disclaimer that I'm not up here to condemn anybody. We're only here to talk about facts and about what we found. And I'm very grateful I've never had to live the worst days of my life in the public eye, and I know everyone shares that sentiment, but the citizens that pay bills, property taxes, and participate in the city deserve accountability for what happened and how your money is spent, and fundamentally that's what an audit's supposed to do. An audit also gives the city an overview of its financial activity and a chance to weigh relative strengths and weaknesses as we come into a new year to determine if we're on the right track or whether a course correction is needed. So first, we're going to cover the financial activity of the city. Then we're going to talk about the non-compliance issues we identified, and then we're going to cover what the city's going to do about it and how we get solutions going forward. Council, if y'all can flip to page 8 of the audit report, that'll give a brief overview of where the city is from a big picture perspective. I will apologize. David Humphreys asked if I had anything to present up here, and I couldn't imagine how to actually send him that, so we're all going to have to use our imagination, okay? On page 8, you're going to see, I want to point out that the city, this gives a broad strokes of where the city is between all of its funds, all of its activities, and everything that the city does. At the end of the year we audited, June 30, 2024, the city had a little bit more than $32 million in cash and cash equivalents. And if you go to page 9, you'll see that the city's total expenses are about the same figure. So although we had some significant projects ongoing, that means we had 1 year of expenditures in reserve, which is a gold standard for financial strength for governments. I want to take a second to give a lot of credit for this to David Humphreys and the city's financial committee headed by Christy Frederick, which is composed of several board members and citizen participants, and their work has helped get the city in a very strong fiscal position. Page 9 is going to show you how the city spends its money in different departments, which will give you a brief overview of where our resources are going. Of the amounts that you'll see on this page, the vast majority we spend on payroll